I mean, yeah, the main people are here. We're live, but this song is a jam. How do I do this?
Well, next time, fucking chomp down on your nuggets earlier, and we can be live earlier.
Nuggets, brother, nuggets. You think that's what I made? Let me tell you what I made. Let me paint you a picture. After I turn this music down.
Okay.
It's a jam. That song is. What's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. Get the fish out of here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Larla did say something about that. Jim, good to see you back, buddy.
Yeah, welcome back, Jim. The stream's main benefactor.
Yeah, we were worried. I was worried. I guess you weren't worried. There it is, Jimmy. Thank you for the.
I mean, I kept tabs on Jim. I kind of understood where he was.
Right. Yeah. You got a deeper connection, but the stream had concerns.
Literal cousins and all. Yeah.
Oh shit! It's to Yuki too. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. Yeah. What was I gonna say now? I'm already lost track.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We just keep on rolling. Drink your milk.
Oh, I was talking about the dinner. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. What did you make for dinner?
So my sister came over with her kids. Her husband goes out of town for work all the time, and so
she gets lonely.
Yeah, once in a while. We went to Costco this morning. I blew down a hot dog for breakfast. It was delicious.
Okay.
So I don't know. Have I talked about this? So over the past couple months, I've been not eating enough calories, right? And I lost some weight. I don't know if I said that part specifically.
Yeah, you've had stomach ailments.
Yeah. So I kind of pay attention. I look at calories because I want to make sure I'm trying to get enough because I've lost weight, right? Right. So I went to look at what a Costco hot dog is from the food court. What would you guess?
Are you already covered?
It's pretty good.
700.
Yeah, it's just shy of that. It's like 600ish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the roll is the killer, actually. I think, isn't it?
I have no idea. I mean, it's not that crazy of a roll.
I mean, and the roll. I mean, it's not because it's a big roll or something. It's just because
that's what rolls are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a foot longer too, so there's a lot of meat in there, a lot of protein.
Oh well, they're even more so then.
Yeah, and that's not including the ketchup, relish, and mustard I put on.
Of course.
What's on the hot dog? Ketchup, mustard, and relish, baby.
I had hot dogs today as well because I went to Ted's.
Oh, you went to Ted's?
Yeah, I may be a little bit of stress eating, but I decided, hey, I'm on vacay this week.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you're on vacay this week?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna go to fucking Ted's and shut up. You know, anyone who's judging me, no one was, but it's fine.
I think you were judging you.
Yeah, I was. I just told myself to shut the fuck up.
Shut up, we're getting Ted's, bitch.
Ted's. So I got Ted's. I don't put anything on my hot dogs.
Nothing at all?
Or my hamburgers. No, I don't do condiments. Therefore, I have a system with eating hot dogs is that I pretty much pinch off. There's too much roll, okay? Because the bun roll. What am I saying? It's a bun.
Yeah.
There's too much bun. The bun is meant for hot dog plus condiments. That's how you balance the taste.
Yeah.
But when there's no condiments, it's too much bun.
Yeah.
So I pinch off a little bit of the bun each time I take a bite, so that there's not too much bun.
What do you do with the bun?
Well, I eat some of the bun. I just a little of the rest of it tossed. I get tossed.
Okay.
If there were pigeons nearby, they would get it.
Here's what's blowing my mind right now. Okay, that's something I 100% would do. That's something I do. Like if there's more bun than dog, I gotta pinch some off.
Yeah, 100%.
But you're a fucking bread man. That's gotta be blasphemy.
I mean, no, it's like not all bread was created equal, okay?
The bun.
It's got all kinds of preservatives in it. It's not solid, fresh baked bread.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm talking bread, when I'm a carb nut, that shit was made the same day.
You're talking about straight out the oven.
Don't even hit me with that fucking hard ass bread. Put it in the trash.
Y'all don't just deep throat and swallow it whole. No.
No, gross.
When I see people do that, you know the hot dog shooter, right, Stas?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When I see that guy or people like doing hot dog eating contests, it makes me anxious as shit because choking for some reason is like a serious fear of mine.
Right.
Or like other people choking. I just that one's the one that gets me, man. And I see people just like downing dogs, like
right.
I'm like, oh fuck.
I'm reminded of that. I think you should leave skit where with the vacuum cleaner that just sucks out the hot dogs.
Oh wait, is that new? Is that a new one?
No, it's from the second season.
I don't remember that one. I might have.
Well, in the one skit, he's like has a lunch meeting and he hides a hot dog in his sleeve
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
he
Oh,
starts
that's right.
choking on it. And then in a later skit, it's the same guy who's invented a vacuum that sucks out hot dogs out of your throat.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that part. But yeah, the part
Oh,
where he's eating during
that's
the
really
meeting
good.
is so good. He just like leans over and is trying to eat a hot dog that's he has like slit up his sleeve.
Yeah.
That show is like it's kind of quirky and a little like off. I don't know. It's just like there's something a little off where I could see like most people, or not most people, a
Yeah.
lot of people might not like it, but
I
it's
think
got
it's
some fucking
hilarious.
gems, dude. It's got some absolute
I
gems.
thought season 1 was over the top hilarious. Second season, it was okay, and then I rewatch it, and then it was amazing.
Yeah,
Third season, I haven't rewatched it yet, so I'm mild on it, but we'll go back and
I
we'll
gotta
rewatch
watch
it.
third season stuff. I thought you were gonna talk about the episode where he crashes the Wienermobile and they're like, "Who did this?" And he's in a
Yeah,
fucking
that one.
the
That's
hot
a
dog
classic.
costume.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's good. So we're hot dog twins today. Didn't even know it.
Yeah, we are twinsies.
Twinsies, yeah.
If you had to guess which one of these 2 ladies was a vegetarian, which one would you say?
Oh, that's tough. I feel like I gotta go Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like an animal lover. I mean, it could go either way. It could go either way, but I'm gonna go with Lily. She feels like she'd be one talking to the animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with not Lily though. I think she'd surprise you. You
You
know?
think Lily would surprise you with her?
Yeah, she'd fucking chow down on a goddamn burger, bloody as hell.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But what's fucking Violet doing? What's she eating? She ain't eating no hot dog. Look at her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's the vegetarian.
Oh, that's
You said
true.
Lily was the vegetarian, so I'm
Yeah,
disagreeing with you. You understand?
yeah. I see. I see. I see. Who are these people? Who did I miss? What did I miss?
Oh
Who's
my
Lily?
god, Jim. Okay, let me do the catch up. We're gonna get to the real topics today. Um, for my birthday stream, which apparently you missed, Jim, you were probably in the woods.
Jimothy?
Um,
What,
Tez
hunting?
made me a dating game visual novel in which I had to interview 3 contestants without seeing them, and these are 2 of the contestants in the game. There is a third one.
We could make room for her.
No, we don't have to do that right this second, but it's gonna get crowded.
Yeah.
Maybe we can rotate her in next week. Give Lily the
Who
boot.
you put Lily for it?
Why not? What's the diff? I ended up picking Harper anyway.
Yeah, but Lily's
Uh,
just a sweet gal.
She's a cutie. Now, she doesn't deserve it, but she's got things to do. Anyway, let's talk about our homework this week. I don't even know if you had any, but I did.
No, I
So,
didn't have any. No.
one, the continuing homework were my dating profile pictures, which I did not get to. But again, I have a good excuse this week, Larla. Relax.
Get
Um,
him, Laws.
I will discuss that later. Okay. Um, what was the other? Oh, the other bit of homework was for me to try the Wim Hof method,
Oh yeah,
which is basically a breathing exercise and or cold plunge.
yeah. Little Wombo.
So I started on Friday, and we're discussing it. I said we'll get to it later, Larla.
That's his
Jeez.
technique to sweep it under the rug and hope you forget.
We will get to it. I promise. I'm very happy you're so invested in this, Larla. Okay, but one of us has to be. But I swear there will be progress and blood. Okay. Um, where was I saying? Oh yeah, the Wim Hof method. So it's a breathing technique and the cold thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And you opted
So
for both. You doubled down.
yes, well, at first I just started the breathing technique. I went out Friday morning and I was like, okay, let's just sit down there and do it. And I followed the beginner tutorial or
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah. It's like 12 minutes.
Yeah, it was fine. It made me quickly realize that this is essentially guided meditation. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is. It's Wim Hof's variety of guided meditation,
Uh huh.
which is great. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, you don't have to buy into anything Wim Hof tells you to know that like guided meditation itself
Yeah,
is a
there's efficacy
beneficial
there.
experience,
Yeah, yeah.
right? it has value to it. So it's like, okay, this was, meditation was something I needed to start attempting to do anyway.
Yeah.
So this was like a nice little intro. The first few times I did it, it was nice. You know what I mean? It had lasting effects. Now I wouldn't say the whole day, but it had a nice calming effect for at least a few hours.
Yep. That's exactly how I
And
feel.
it wasn't I can't I have to say it wasn't bad.
That's
I
a
did that for I did that for a few days.
that might as well be a
Okay.
gold fucking star from this guy. It wasn't bad. That's a gold. If he doesn't say it was fine, that means it was great.
Okay, I don't have joy in my life, okay? That's what this I need to go talk to a therapist. So anyway, that's not what we're gonna get into today. Um so then I was like, okay, well, let's do a cold bath. Let's just get a bath going and put all the water all the way cold and then jump in, you know?
You did the full bath?
Yes, I did a full bath.
Okay.
And it was almost like a flexi thing where I almost spilled over the bath when I got in. It's
Yeah.
not a huge tub. I'm not a huge person, as has been discussed on this stream, but
Multiple
weight-wise,
times.
mass-wise, I'm a little large. But I don't take up a ton of physical space. I'm dense as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like a little fishing weight.
Yeah, a lunker or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get in. It was okay. The tub is this house is in a weird way built for small people because my parents bought it from never mind. All right.
Do you live in the Shire?
Yeah, I live in a hobbit house pretty much. If it was underground, this would be a hobbit house. But anyway, I'm getting distracted now. Here's
It's okay.
the
It's
story.
good
I
stuff.
got in. I couldn't even submerge my entire chest. It wouldn't even really work like that. But I got in there and I stayed in there for a little while. It was bracing, but I don't mind a cold plunge.
Yeah.
I've taken cold showers before. They're cool. Like I like the shock and then everything you get used to it very quickly and then it's just refreshing.
Yeah. Yep.
So I did that and then the next day I combined them and did the breathing technique in the cold I switched
Okay.
to a shower because the bath I just wouldn't I wasn't submerged enough. I wasn't exposed enough surface area wise.
Yeah.
And I sat down in the shower and like I pretended I was under a waterfall.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was
There's the
I
fine.
could not hold my breath nearly as long
Yeah, because you
as
had
I
the
could
coldness. Yeah.
when I was just outside. But yeah. But otherwise, I'd like to keep doing it, but I don't think I can't make it an everyday thing. I think
The breathing or the cold shower or both?
meditation aspect of it, yes, we can make it that an everyday thing. But the
Yeah.
cold plunge, I don't know if I could work that in all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. So typically what I do is I want to do the meditation thing every day, the breathing thing every day, because it feels so easy to just like, okay, this is how I'm gonna start my day. I'm gonna get, I think I said this last week, maybe, I don't know, but I'm gonna get my sun, so I'm gonna get my vitamin D hit. I'm gonna get my meditation in. I'm gonna set the tone for the day, and at least have a good morning or a good first couple hours of the day. And then for the shower, filling up the bathtub is a hassle, and it's not the most.
And it's long, and you forget about it, and it overfills.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, you don't need that in your life. Nobody does.
So for me is if I'm feeling a little extra that day, I'll just end the shower with a nice cold shower for like the last 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's probably where I'm at. But I would recommend people to try it. The Wim Hof thing.
I'm going to try to incorporate a little more mindfulness into my meditation. I'm mostly just getting the breathing down. I'd like to let my mind not wander, but go blank or whatever.
Yeah.
To do or whatever. But yeah. So hopefully we'll see. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to keep it up a little bit.
Me too. I agree. It's just so weird. I don't like when you read people say like, oh, if you just do some breathing or a little meditation, and you're like, oh, that's just gonna magically fix shit, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, it kind of did. It just like relieved a lot of issues. Like the other day, I had like my acid reflux was fucking off the charts because I had some tomato sauce shit on Monday or whatever, apparently my tummy wasn't ready for that. I just got fucking wrecked by it. And
Yeah.
I was laying on the couch and just felt like shit, and I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. Like my back hurt, my chest was like tight and hurt and shit like that. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do the Wim Hof shit. And I powered through it, and it hurt like while I was doing it because I was just tight and like burpy and all that acidity and stuff. And I'm not joking. By the time I was done with it, it was like 90% gone. Like I'm like, this is fucking weird. It's weird. It feels like magic, but I don't know. It's just like I feel stupid even saying it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't breathe for 10 minutes and it cured me. Like it's some sort of
almost you don't want to tell people.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be a quiet believer, I guess. But yeah, in some form I can keep it up. I don't know if I'm doing a cold shower in the middle of the winter, but
yeah.
For now I don't mind just doing one every now and again.
Yeah. Bolt Boy did the Wim Hof and cold showers.
Here he goes. Yeah, he'll try it all. He'll give everything a shot. He'll give everything a
I'll be honest, that's exactly what I expect from Bolt Boy. Bolty Boy. It seems like him and Flexi could get along, you know?
Yeah, they'll probably talk for 30 years about supplements.
Yeah.
And techniques.
Uh-huh.
We'll put them in contact one of these days.
That would be an interesting interaction to observe.
So yeah, that was that part of the homework. The other part, again, I want to reiterate to Larla, we'll get there. But speaking of there, we're halfway there, meaning this is episode 26. It's a little more than half a year since we started, but it's officially half a year's worth of episodes, I guess we could say.
Yeah.
And this may mark a milestone in the longest we've ever collaborated on anything.
We're dedicated to this one, I guess.
And
I don't know.
I'm 40, and we've known each other close to 20 years. We've tried a bunch of different projects, and making something last half a year, and that being the longest, is a little sad. But we gotta look forward, not back. You know.
Yeah. You know, we're finally at a point in our life where we're ready to really make commitments to each other.
Yeah, really make commitments because we're really putting our all into this podcast. All our time and resources are going into production value and making sure that we
have big titty bitches
the best possible, and that's how we've iterated into these lovely ladies, the word pad, and everything else you see before.
Yeah. Remember when we were gonna do art every week?
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're not going to be the number one. We're slowly building ourselves to being the number one podcast on Spotify. Step number one
Getting on Spotify.
Get on Spotify. Yeah.
You know, I saw like a mutual of mine on Twitter. She apparently she has a podcast and it's already on Spotify. I don't know. Is it like it's not like it's huge. Is it really easy to get onto Spotify?
It probably is pretty easy. I mean, you'd have to have an audio version of the show, but I'd imagine it's not that hard.
Yeah, I'd imagine I could just fucking, do a little clip.
Discoverability happening.
Yeah, I wonder what like how well that would help with discoverability.
Yeah, I can only can you imagine word of mouth on our show?
What do you mean?
Like, could you imagine someone enjoying our show enough to tell other people about it?
No.
First off, I want to thank the people who are listening, but at the same time, it's like I can't imagine them being like, "Hey, there's this podcast I watch on Wednesdays," and then the other one's like, "Oh yeah, any good?"
It's fine.
No, but I mean, it's not great, but they talk, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. What if you were going to hype our podcast, what would you say about it?
Me?
Yeah. If you were going to recommend it to someone, what would you say? What would be your tag? What would be like, "Oh, why should you listen?"
Dude, I don't know. I'm not at that level yet, I just did this because I was like, oh, it'd be fun to do, We talk shit and sometimes there's funny stuff going on. But maybe that's also why we don't have a defined direction. We just
maybe we need to swap it and have funny stuff going on being the prime directive, and then we'll talk shit. A little
How do
bit.
we have funny stuff going on? What do we like?
I don't
skits?
know. Be amusing for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? I don't know. Get your shit together.
But the people who are good at being amusing are extroverts and people with fucking years of entertainment experience.
Yeah, well, we've already got 6 months underneath our belt, bro. Okay,
Once a week for 6 months.
I entertain children for close to a decade. Okay,
with the help of books, we could read a book.
with the help of books, yeah, books were my allies. Okay,
we could fucking pop a book in here and start reading.
We entertain the shit out of some children, and let me be frank with you. Let me be Frank R with you right
Frankie
now.
R, yeah.
I didn't need a book. Okay. I did plenty of days where we just had fun in the library. No books.
When you went on the computers and they looked up inappropriate things and you had to punish
them. Sometimes that was rare. I would do Pictionary, and other games and all kinds of stuff.
Well, games, you get games on here. We're fucking entertaining shit with that too. Obviously, I mean, look at when I stream games. There's tons of people in here.
Yeah, you really bring them in.
We're losers. We need to stop judging it. We need to stop going down this road because we ain't gonna make it in week 27.
Yeah, but good job. I'm happy we made it to week 26.
Yeah,
episode 26.
Same thing.
So hopefully we'll have another 26 in the tank, and if not, well, I'm sure you people will find something else to do on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out,
Yeah, or we won't. That's the thing. It's up in the air, but we're going to keep it going. We don't really have any reason to stop.
Yeah. We don't have a reason to stop, but we're really good at finding reasons to stop obligations.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Avoiding responsibilities and obligations.
Yeah, you're right. You've called it, but we have to fight that urge.
But not this time, motherfuckers.
Anytime we think about giving up, we'll just fucking get a cold shower going.
Yeah, I'm gonna Wim Hof. Hold on, I need 10 minutes.
The one problem with jumping into a completely cold shower is I feel like you tense up, or I tense up anyway.
Yeah, of course.
And I think I have a couple of pulled muscles.
From tensing so hard?
It hurts. No, they already were pulled. Oh. And it just exacerbates it.
Yeah. Do you get the initial whatever, the cold shock where you go right? The fat. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who would not.
I don't know. Some people handle it better. When Knox did it the other day, he struggled so hard to get into the water. He could get down, but then as soon as he had to got on his back where he had to lay down, it was a solid 5 minutes.
So we need to talk about this because I wanted to talk about this. Okay,
oh, that's right. Yeah,
so you did the cold plunge. You three brothers who are sharing an apartment, a townhome, as it were.
Yeah,
you three did it together in the same bathroom, not at the tub at the same time.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, let's make that.
Get in the tub, okay?
Yes, we did because it was kind of.
Were you all naked?
No. We were in swimming trunks.
You put on swimming trunks to get into the bathtub.
Well, because our brothers were there, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't understand what part of this is I guess you want to laugh at how hard it is for them to get into the water. Is that what's happening? Yes,
it was hilarious. The struggle. Here's the thing. Here's something you should know about us siblings, us boys. Mika's excluded. She's smart and
Yeah.
Who went first? Knox went first. Then I did, and then Flexi. And so this actually, I think the first day this started was it was last Friday, which was Flexi's birthday, and somehow they got talking about it, and it was kind of his little I guess request. He's like, hey,
birthday wish.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, as if you could say that. But so then Knox did it first, and then I did it, and then he did it. But the thing about us is that somehow, very regularly, somehow us three get on some sort of binge, or we get fascinated by something, and it often turns into doing it together in a way that
makes it easier for you.
Well, it makes it easier, but we enjoy seeing the other people struggle and also supporting the other person, kind of both, right?
I see.
So Knox was the hardest one. Wait, what? No one was hard during this.
Wow.
What?
How would you handle that? Would that be something you laugh about, or would it be an awkward moment?
If he got hard,
Yeah.
I would leave. I would leave. I would leave the room. I'd be like, "What are you doing, bro?"
You don't have that kind of relationship where he wouldn't be like, "Oh, why am I getting hard right now?" And then both of you would laugh. Like,
I
the other
mean,
two
we
would
would. It would be
like,
we would laugh, but it would be like an awkward laugh. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Maybe you know what?
maybe
Maybe.
that's unlocked a new fetish.
Well, here's from cold water. That'd be like insane. That's the complete opposite what it does to most people. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you were able to get hard in an ice cold bath, like a very cold bath, like somehow you are going against your biological programming, right?
I don't know. I don't know why it would relate to temperature at all.
Well, because when you go in something cold, all the blood leaves, you know, your extremities to your core.
If you went into a hot shower, you're not expecting to get hard.
Well, no. What does that have to do with anything?
Never mind.
Well, either way, getting a boner would be weird.
Yes,
especially in front of your brothers.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. We're getting a little more info on what kind of relationship you three have. All right, because I could imagine a group of brothers that would be like, "What the fuck are you getting hard for?" And then they rib on them for like the rest of the day, week, month. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that would probably still be a thing,
right? And then I can imagine a brother sending the other a picture of an igloo and being like, "Is this what do you think this is? A fleshlight? You know, or whatever."
Does this do it for you, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
His next birthday, you get a birthday card with a snowman. Put like a little hole down bottom.
Or even better yet, wait till winter and build a snowman specifically with the hole on it. And,
yeah,
and then
put the hole in the snowman and some little
fuck buddy or something.
Some little snow boobs on it. Like, is this what you want, bro? Is this what you're looking for in life?
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. You don't.
I mean, no. That's fine. It's not necessarily that it wouldn't happen, but it'd just be in the moment. I'd be like, what the fuck? I can't be in this room with you for sure. But yeah, okay. So over the years, other shit like the hot eating hot food, they get into that, dude. Somehow, like they just.
Sorry, I should have muted for that one. That's my bad. Oh, did you not hear me burp?
No, not at all.
Oh, great. I didn't do anything.
So I think it was last year. Just they were talking about the one chip challenge, which is like that chip that's fucking spicy as shit. And Flexi did it at work with a friend that was at that did it at work with him or whatever. And then they got talking about yeah. Well, I mean, it was at the end of the day, but it's like miserable. But anyway, so then he got home and was talking to Knox about it. And for me, I'm like, I don't fuck with spicy food anymore. I'm old. I understand, right? But Knox is like, I think I could do it, dude. I think I'd be fine or whatever. Right. And so of course
he had his pride on the line.
Yeah. But so of course Flexi got one of the hot chips for him, and then he did it, and if, you know, you gotta watch that happen.
Right.
Your brother
his
does
mouth
that
fell
shit.
Off. Yeah, for sure.
I recorded it. It's probably on my phone somewhere. It's at one point I remember like he's just struggling, and I asked him like, dude, like how hot is it? Is it really hot or something like that? Which obviously it is, but I was just trying to get him to like interact, because all he's doing is think about is trying to breathe or whatever, or deal with the heat. And he's like, he just lashes out. I mean, he's like, yeah, of course it's hot. What do you think? Or something like that. I'm like, well,
he's in pain. Yeah, he's in pain, and that's what people in pain do.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny.
Gosh. Yeah, I don't go in for any of that hot stuff.
Yeah,
I do a sour challenge, but at the same time, it's like, well, I can't be too sour. I'd be worried about it burning a hole in my stomach or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I don't know, some of these challenges where it's like they're not healthy. I don't
understand. I just don't understand what is at stake here. What's on the line? Oh, I can eat something that's super hot and then live. Or what?
Bro, you ever see that? You see that one guy? I don't know. Just this. Well, okay, so I understand part of it. It's kind of like you just want to know how bad is it?
What your limits are?
Not necessarily your limits. You just want to know like how bad is it? Everyone says this is the worst ever. Like, have you ever had that before? Okay, this is gonna sound super fucking weird.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know if I should say it.
Say it.
You ever think about like really bad. Oh God, this is so cringe. You ever think about like a really bad car accident or like getting shot or stabbed, and you're like, I wonder how bad it is. It's not like I want to get. It's not like I want to, right? But you kind of wonder, like, how bad is it?
No, I guess I could see where you're coming at. Like, how bad would being stabbed be? Yeah,
Right, like,
or what does a gunshot really feel like?
yeah, and because it's like the weird thing about gunshots is like some people get shot once and it's like in the stomach or somewhere you wouldn't think is that big of an issue, and they die, and other people get shot like 12 times and they're fine.
Not an issue. Gut shots are like the worst.
Well, whatever, not a gut shot, but like an arm shot or whatever, or a leg shot, and you think, oh, they could be fine. People die from it, and then other people get shot like 12 times and they're fine. Like, not fine, but they survive. Like, I think that's called intrusive thoughts, and I think about it all the time. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think about it all the time, but it definitely comes up once in a while. It's like,
No, I mean, I deal with enough incidental pain that I'm not really thinking about what does worse pain feel like. I already had kidney stones, and that's supposed to be real bad. So it's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, pissing a pebble through your urethra.
Yeah,
that can't be great.
Times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like whatever.
Like, what did it feel like? Like, if you had to describe it, what would you say? Doesn't feel good, that's for sure. Herc, did you get shot?
Stabbed you in the fucking back, and it just constantly twisting the knife. Like, I don't know what to. I've never been stabbed, but it's overwhelming the amount of pain it puts you in.
Okay, but see, now this is where the question is. Aren't you kind of curious what it feels like to get stabbed? So you can be like, it was worse or it wasn't as bad as kidney stones.
No, I'm not that curious.
I don't actually want to get stabbed, but the thought crosses my mind. Intrusive thought, I guess.
I mean, hey, that's what you think. You think about knives and getting in car accidents and being shot or whatever, and I don't.
Well, it's not like I don't want people to think I like think about this shit all the time. It's just like once in a while it just kind of pops up when you're thinking about stuff, and it's like, I don't know, how bad is it?
Well, I don't know. Okay, so maybe that's the reason people are doing the hot food challenge or whatever, the spicy shit. I don't like to put things in my mouth I'm not going to enjoy.
No.
No, that's why I don't do dicks and I don't do and other assorted things.
Sauces, liquids.
Yeah, sauces. I don't do
cold meats,
alcohol. Yeah, that's whatever. All right, cross off homework. Can we just get the cross outs going? Cross out halfway there.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Prime Day. So you know how we had a conversation a few weeks ago about how like we don't buy clothes?
Yeah.
Well, Prime Day was the solution to my problems. I bought 7 shirts and 3 pairs of shorts.
7 shirts and 3 pairs of shorts?
Correct.
So you're good for like a decade then, right?
Yeah, all for $170.
What? That's like
Prime Day.
That's like 2 pairs of jeans.
I know that you get the sales, and these are like name brand. I got an Izod shirt. I got some Dockers shorts, some other Wranglers, I think. Some like name brand stuff.
How do you get excited for sales?
Not boat boy level, but I like I feel like it's better to buy it on sale than it is to not buy it on sale.
Well, yes, of course you feel it's better to buy it on sale than not on sale. But I'm saying, like, when you go shop and if you see something on sale, you're like, I should probably pick that up. That's a good deal, man.
I guess I get tricked by the sale button, by the sale label. Okay. Like, I'm susceptible to it. Like, I see, sale? Like during the first few years of the Steam sales, it was like, hells yeah, load them up, boys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this Prime Day sale thing, it's like, oh, I can get a pair of shorts for $16.
That's fucking crazy. You're not getting got, bro. That's just a deal.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, hells yeah. I'm not trying to pay $30 to $40 for a pair of shorts. I don't don't have a $30 to $40 pair of short body. You know what I mean? I don't have the kind of meat vehicle that you put expensive clothes on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So if I
ain't
can get decent clothes at a very cheap price, bam, I'm in, you know?
you ain't putting a paint job on that
Yeah.
on that
So Prime Day
Ford
was
Fiesta.
perfect. It was like, I'm just looking at all the clothes. I'm just getting in there because for one, and now Larla, we're gonna get into why I didn't take any pictures this week, is I don't really fit into my current wardrobe. Okay. Most of my wardrobe is 34s and 32 waist. Okay. Most of my t-shirts are medium. I don't fit into mediums anymore. I'm a little tubby, little cubby, all stuffed with fluff. You understand? I'm on a weight loss journey and I've just begun. So I need something a little bit bigger. I needed to buy some 36s to tide me over until I slim the fuck down and fit back into my 34s and my mediums and my whatnot. And I didn't have any of those, or I didn't have enough of them. I didn't any all the button downs in my closet are mediums. So I needed a few of those. I got a few button downs. I got an Izod polo. I got a few t-shirts, and I got 3 different pairs of shorts.
How complex were the designs?
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe how complex they were. So crazy. Retails for $800 or so.
The more complex, the more you gotta pay.
No, I didn't shop at Dan Flash's, which sorry. I wish I could, but they don't really have sales like that.
No, yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited to get my new clothes in. So then now that I'm gonna have fitting clothes, then I can finish it out. I can get a full body shot, right?
Yeah, whole new wardrobe, whole new you.
And I'm going to an event, a graduation party on Saturday, and maybe, just maybe, I can get a picture of me with other people in the picture.
Well, here's what you do.
What do I do?
You gotta tell some of your whatever people you know at the party, be like, listen, trying to get a group shot. Go ahead and grab some candidates.
I'll let somebody know to really get some pictures.
Yeah.
The thing is, my cousin will be there, not Jim's brother. He'll be there, but he classically takes the worst pictures you've ever seen. So
well,
we have to temper that. I have to maybe try to convince him to take a good picture.
and just gamble it, see what happens.
Listen, I'm trying to find the love of my life, okay?
I support you in that
we
endeavor.
can't be gambling. There's no gambling here.
Well, no matter what you do, it is a gamble.
We'll see, Lila. I'll put them all up when I get them.
Yeah, we're gonna have like God, what is it, like the classic? Just going through vacation photos. We're just gonna go through like hundreds of pictures with you.
Right.
Like,
Here's me next to a rock.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know where this rock was. I forget. Maybe it was on the. Was it the first hike or the second hike? Anyway, real nice there.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is before we even left for the trip. This is the rock right outside the airport.
This is me with a stomach ache. This one of many.
One of many during my trip.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah,
that was Prime Day.
I didn't get any. I'm a sucker for sales, man. Like,
yeah, but you didn't get anything. I would think you'd have at least looked around and bought something because you're on a budge.
No, that's why I didn't. I'm like, no, I'm not. There's nothing that I need. So if I look, I'll buy something.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was at Costco today, and there was probably 3 or 4 items where it's like, oh, I kind of want to get, like, there was I wanted graham crackers, right?
Right. That's
been my like cookie replacement. It's a little less sugar, feels a little bit healthier, and I love graham crackers and milk. And I was with my sister, and I'm like, because she always gets graham crackers for her kids, and I'm like, where are the graham crackers or whatever? And she's like, oh, they're over there. Oh, they're on sale. I'm like, now I have to get them. It doesn't even matter. Yeah. It doesn't even matter the price. I'm getting them. And that happened with like 3 different items. But it's a deal. It's 4 boxes of graham crackers for like $6.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to.
Yeah. I almost bought 2.
You probably should have. For $12
for 8 boxes of graham crackers?
Maybe you buy so many graham crackers, you're just sitting on huge bricks of graham crackers. You don't have any place to store them.
Yeah, well, we got a business. I'll just a business.
Like, oh, where did you get this bench?
We got a basement. I'll tell you, a bench of graham crackers, a graham cracker bench. You just sit down and just.
Well, no, because it's the bricks are so big because it's Costco that they're they're supported, well supported.
Oh, they have an internal infrastructure.
Yeah, exactly. It's like building that egg. Do you ever in school? Do you ever have to build a contraption that like houses an egg and that doesn't break?
No.
Oh God,
We had to
what
do
did you do?
bridges out of like matchsticks or something like
Oh,
that, or
okay. Well, that's
toothpicks or
probably
something
the
like that.
same. Yeah.
There's no egg involved though. I don't know what
Okay.
your school was doing with the eggs. Was it like a hard boiled egg?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, so when it's
So
if
it
it
depends. There's different tests, but you build a contraption that can absorb shock so well that whatever you do to the device, it doesn't break the egg inside it.
oh, that sounds way cooler than just making a
One of
bridge.
the teachers I worked with, she at the private school, she had a variation of this where you had to build an egg crate and then send the egg in the mail and then see if the egg survives being sent through the mail.
Wow, that's kind of
Yeah, that's
interesting.
hardcore. Yeah.
Are you talking about the traditional s'mores or bears? Talking about the s'mores, the actual
What?
cracker
Those
sheets.
those are called Teddy Grahams,
Yeah.
not graham crackers.
Fucking Stas is about to lose it. Herc, are you fucking kidding me with that question?
Don't get out of here with your fucking nonsense. Everybody knows the bears are different.
The thing is, it's a sweet. Herc probably has never had a graham
Bears
cracker.
don't taste the same as they used to because I think they had to put in some whole grain or some shit.
They had to?
Yeah, I don't know, or they were motivated to or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but everything like at some point in the past few years, maybe the past decade, a lot of things added whole grain into their recipes. Okay,
Well, that's because it was a health
a
fad,
lot of
right?
cereals did this. Yes, however, some cereals got ruined. Cocoa Puffs are bad. Like they were okay before, but now that they made them
Whole grain.
partially or whole grain, they don't taste right.
I'll tell you what didn't get fucked by that and still tastes amazing. You want to know?
Sure, tell me.
Cap'n Crunch.
Yeah, well, you and the captain make it happen.
I could have some Cap'n Crunch right now. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, maybe after the show, please.
Well, you know what else?
I know you have the milk, but
But here's the issue. Do I go Captain or I go Graham? You know? I got both now. I'm king of
well,
the fucking world.
yeah, you have options, and that's what we like to hear around here.
When you got
Okay?
options, dude, you're really making it in life. Sometimes we have two different kinds of cereal.
It's not a silly question, Stas, because we don't have those biscuit things here. I don't know. I understand that biscuit means cookie. I get that part. But we're talking about graham crackers and Teddy Grahams,
Dude, you
which
know
are
if
graham crackers condensed into the shape of little bears. Where do the cookies come in?
you don't have either?
They gotta have something.
You're
That's like
telling me
graham crackers.
you're telling me Australia's full of fucking
What are the graham crackers? What are they made of? Wheat or oat?
it's gotta be
They're
wheat.
wheat, right?
Yeah, wheat.
Okay. Do you have some sort of wheat biscuit
A
that's
honey dipped.
honey flavored?
Yeah.
Honey flavored wheat biscuit. You got is that what maybe that's what they're called?
Honey flavored wheat biscuits.
Oh, you're talking about honey flavored wheat biscuits? Oh yeah, those we got.
Just the longest name of a brand. I got nothing. I cannot believe that. How
I mean,
dude, the more I hear about
dip.
Australia, like no offense, Larla, it sounds fucking miserable. Everything's overpriced. Everything can kill you. You don't have good shit. You guys have to live off of Vegemite. Arnott's? What the hell is that? Was that too high? Did I go too hard? I mean, tell me where I was wrong.
I don't. I mean, you're not saying wrong things right now.
It just,
But
I have.
it probably has to have its own charm. I just don't understand. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know,
it's
because it's wild because we think of graham crackers as such a staple. Like they're the basic type of cracker. You know what I mean?
what in the fuck is a Tim Tam? I'm googling. You know what else are really good cookies that that Costco has?
What?
Lotus biscuits. They are so fucking good. What is a Tim Tam? What is
I don't
this?
know what those are. Tell me more.
Okay, I'll tell you in a second here.
All right, let's look at Tim Tams
fuck.
first.
Just
Come
doxing
on,
myself.
man, you're doing it wrong.
I don't know what this is.
It's obviously some sort of candy bar.
Well, yeah, I want to know what's in it. It just looks like it looks pretty good.
Well, they're different flavors. Wait a second. No, zoom in. Zoom in there.
Where?
Do those not look like chocolate covered graham crackers?
They kind of do. Wait, are they?
Moon, maybe you used to be one of the podcast's biggest supporters, and now you hate the podcast because you can't fish? Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Okay, they're not graham crackers, but they very easily could have been.
They look pretty close. They look pretty close. I still support. I'm just sad. Listen,
yeah, you support us through your tears.
Shut up, Stas. Thank you for the resub, Babs. I would fuck with these.
Okay. Yeah, Tim Tams. What's it say what's the tagline underneath the name? Zoom.
Irresistible chocolatey chocolatey happiness in a biscuit.
I mean, I'd fuck with it.
I'd fuck with it.
It kind of makes me want.
Oh, dude, this is Arnott's.
Have you had Excuse me. Have you ever had chocolate covered graham crackers?
Chocolate covered? No, I've had chocolate graham crackers.
Oh, chocolate covered graham crackers. You will.
Oh no, I have. My grandma used to get them all the time.
Good.
My grandma used to get them all the time. She loved that shit.
We used to get them for Easter.
They're more like cookies, right? They're like packaged like a cookie.
Well, not the ones I got.
Oh.
They weren't packaged like graham crackers. They were like packaged like a treat or whatever.
Yeah, like more like a cookie than a graham cracker. Good. Yeah. So it would be like a sleeve of them, right?
No, not in the ones I'm thinking of, but maybe in the ones you are.
Okay, well, my grandma got some and they were delish. It was like her go-to. The only thing with it is like you had to like nibble a little like corner or like a little edge off so then you could dunk it. Otherwise, you couldn't get the soak going. The chocolate was just like an insulator.
Oh, I'm not a dipper, so that's not.
Oh, I'm a hard dipper, dude. I've been dipping since way back.
Larry, do you have crunchy bars down there?
They have. So, will you order snacks from other countries?
Canada and England. I'm pretty sure. Well, they have them in Canada at least. They probably also do in England. They're called crunchy bars, and they're essentially what we call sponge candy. Do crunchy with an IE at the end.
Well, I'm doing a Tim Tam Slam first. What do we got here? Why is this zoomed in so hard? What is this? Is it just like, oh, try the Tim Tam Slam? Okay.
Chocolate honeycomb bars. That's called, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We call that sponge candy because it looks kind of like a sponge.
Isn't it also called like angel food candy or whatever? Something like that, or angel food, angel candy.
Called sponge candy. It's called different shit in different places.
Yeah, and is it just like really weird oblong shapes and it's covered in chocolate?
Well, I mean, the ones we get around here are cubes, but yes, they can come in different.
Oh, okay, shapes. We get that. We would always get those around Christmas time. We get the sponge candy shit.
I'm gonna go wild on that shit.
Nibble off a diagonal corner. Yeah, that's a. Oh, you drink through it?
Oh, because it soaks it up so much?
You can just drink through it like a straw?
Damn, you got to get to Australia, bro.
Well, I can just do it with a chocolate graham. I can do it with a chocolate graham cracker.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah.
You think I'm gonna risk? You think I'm gonna risk stepping on a fucking stonefish for this shit?
Yeah, I'm sure they got stonefish just laying in the middle of Sydney, the streets of Sydney.
Doesn't matter, dude. It's just an example of all the things that'll kill you.
Head down to Melbourne.
I watched a video on stonefish recently. Fucking crazy, man. The fish just sits there and it looks like this is okay. Oh, I got a rant for this shit.
Okay.
This fish blends in so fucking well. It looks just like a rock or like some coral or whatever it's sitting on. You could never fucking see it, right? This is like octopus level shit. And then it has spines along its back, and it has like the most potent venom of any fish. And if you step on it, you get fucked up hard, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, if you don't want to be stepped on, why are you looking like a rock? How does this make sense?
How often have you thought of what it would feel like to step on a stonefish?
When I watched the video where this guy, like, because they have like these barbs on the back that are like covered in their flesh or whatever, and he takes like a little bit of neoprene and he pushes it down on it, and the fucking, so they look like this dirty like algae covered rock looking stuff, right? And then when they goes and pulls it down, you have this nice clean barb, and in the barb you can see this like bright blue venom in it, and it looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, this only serves to illustrate a point I've been making for years, and that's fish are trash.
No. I mean, kind of. But those kind of fish aren't in Wisconsin. I don't got to worry about... You know what I got to worry about in Wisconsin?
What are you going to worry about?
Maybe a snapping turtle? Maybe?
Right.
But no one's actually worried about that shit.
That come out of Knox's ass. That's what you got to worry about.
Got to worry about what?
The farts that come out of Knox's ass.
Yeah. There's no poisonous shit here that's like gonna kill me. Although,
right, you don't have black widows or brown recluses.
No, I think maybe there's been a couple found like ever in like more in the south, like the south side of the state, but not really. No, maybe there. I don't know. I don't think there's anything really that dangerous here. Oh, you know what's hilarious though?
What's hilarious?
When I first started talking to Moon. This isn't gonna be as hilarious, I don't think, but I thought it was.
I'm ready. Okay, now I'm invested. I can't wait to see how anticlimactic this is. But okay, go ahead.
Okay, when I first started talking to Moon, somehow, I'm pretty sure it was with Moon. Yeah, it had to have been. We were talking about how where she lives, she has brown recluses or widows or something like that, and I'm like, what? Fuck that! Like, why would you? I hate the idea of even living in this area that has that. It's like you always have to be on edge. Like you're sitting on your fucking porch. You're going to put your fucking shoes back on after taking them off because you're outside. You're walking around barefoot. Like any of this stuff. It's like you have to just be on edge that something might bite you that is literally fatal unless you go to the hospital. Like that's a fucking insane thought to me. And I think she said something like, "Oh, but you guys have bears." Or bats? It was something absurd.
They got bats in Oregon too, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
But it was like those aren't even the same. Where is Moon? Moon, are you here? I need clarification. She'll remember better than me.
Left.
Huh?
She couldn't fish. She left.
Yeah, but it just blew my mind that like she was more terrified of like running into a bear randomly, which I've never even seen a bear since I've lived here my entire life, besides when I was in Toronto for a little bit. I've never even seen a fucking bear outside the zoo.
I've seen some.
You've seen some in the wild?
Yeah.
Oh, on your little family trip?
When I go camping, yeah. There's bears in that forest.
What black bears or brown?
Brown? No, black. I think they're black.
Yeah, brown. I think brown are the scarier ones, right?
Yeah, the black ones, they were just one. I've seen them a couple of times. One, they walked up onto our porches. Well, that was twice, two different occasions. They walked up onto a couple of our porches, scrounged around for food, and then left.
Huh.
And another one was digging in a dumpster that was opposite the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're around.
Huh. I mean, yeah, I guess.
But they weren't. It wasn't. I'd rather face a bear than. I'd rather encounter a black bear than face a brown recluse.
Well, my thing is like, I mean, obviously you're out in the actual woods and one's like charging at you. That's fucking scary. But that scenario doesn't happen. You know what scenario does happen? A fucking black widow just being on your porch. My cousins live in Texas. They're like, yeah, it's just part of life. I'm like, what do you mean it's just part of life? Like you send me a random snap where
stay indoor life.
Huh?
That's the stay indoor life. Never leave the house life. That's what I would be living.
Yeah, and not only that, you guys do have sea lampreys in Wisconsin Lake?
Yeah, well, not in your house. Not on the porch.
Yeah, no, like I remember my cousin, I don't know, a couple years back, he just sent me a snap where he just had fucking black widows that showed up on his patio, like on his patio furniture, like underneath the seat. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta watch out for that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't want to watch out. See, that's the thing. I'm with you. I don't want to have to watch out for that.
Yeah,
that's why I like here. We don't have that either. So it's like, well, we got blizzards, but we don't have the weird shit.
Yeah, you know what else we don't have? We don't have fucking hurricanes blasting our fucking coastline.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, and you know what else we don't have? We don't really have. Well, I'm not gonna win because we can get tornadoes, but we haven't really had fucking tornadoes.
We don't get tornadoes. Just the blizzards, really, and
I'll take a blizzard's fine, you know?
yeah.
It gets snowy. As long as you don't have to drive in that shit, you're chilling. Nothing here besides blizzards. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I need to see what is this? A lamprey. A sea lamprey?
I mean, you don't even have a sea. You just have a lake. Shouldn't it be called a lake lamprey?
Oh, those guys look fucking nasty.
Ew!
Do they latch onto people? It just looks like a big fucking
Well, they latch onto fish.
Right, but do they latch onto people? Because if they don't latch onto people, who gives a shit? They look fucking gross. I have plenty of stuffs coming to our house.
Latching onto your Johnson?
Good. You know what? I'm gonna keep it there and be like, look how big I am now.
Ew.
I've grown. Yeah, me. I got a fucking, what are these, like 2 feet long, a foot or two? I got a fucking 18-incher now, baby.
Yeah, slimy as fuck.
Have you seen this live feed of a volcano eruption in Iceland? It's kind of cool. It's on day 3. What? I didn't know it was having an eruption or whatever. The thing is, Iceland isn't that big. Like, is that just gonna fuck their whole country? Right? I mean, Iceland's not that big. I don't know.
I haven't seen it in the news.
I haven't either. It's just cool to see. I mean, yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. The country could be destroyed, and our news wouldn't even bother with it. They might mention, give it 1 sentence.
Yeah. Iceland. In other news, Iceland's fucking destroyed.
Iceland's gone.
Anyways, so Biden and Trump. Wait, Larla, tell me some of the things that you've had coming into your house. Dangerous things.
I have plenty of stuff come into the house.
Well, yeah.
Children.
Okay, well, I said dangerous.
Oh, well.
You know what's crazy is I don't know if this is true, but I've read it multiple times that like daddy longlegs, they're actually super.
Black widows.
No, yeah, they're super venomous.
Well, yeah, but they don't bite humans.
Well, they can't. Their fangs can't pierce human skin.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
yeah.
Well, I also heard they killed black widows, so in like high black widow areas, people like have daddy longlegs around their fucking house.
Huntsmans come inside all the time, but they won't hurt you. They just look scary. Is kangaroo meat good as people make it sound?
I would shit a fucking brick of graham crackers if I had to fucking deal with a huntsman spider.
Let me look at this thing.
Oh my god. I don't even want to look at what you bring up. I don't even want to deal with this fucking nightmare.
What the fuck? David Blaine? Snakes, lizards, spiders? We have... My sister has a family of garter snakes. They're cute.
Ew.
Well, they're just like around her house, and it's like, well, yeah, it's, keeps...
Yeah, till they get in.
They're not gonna get in. What are they gonna get in? You think snakes want to be inside like a kitchen?
They might, and then what? You're done.
No, they're tiny, and they don't, like, they're nothing. They're non-threatening.
I understand that. I'm just trying not to be around a snake.
They're kind of cute. And then the thing is, like, I'll be walking in their yard or something, and it'll just, like...
Cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes.
But we don't have any lizards, dude. I'd like to find a salamander in the wild. Salamanders are sick.
Okay, what are you, 8?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Okay, as soon as your niece and nephew are old enough, just go out on an adventure to the creek and grab a fucking salamander.
Bro, where I grew up, I was very outdoorsy when I was young. Like, I was always outside doing shit, which is probably hard to believe, but it is true. And we had a creek. The neighbors across the street, they had kids that we were friends with, and in their backyard was a creek, and we fucking played on that. We played in that creek all the time. Like, we'd walk around there barefoot and catch crayfish and minnows and shit. Never found a salamander. So, do you have other fucking suggestions?
Can you I have a suggestion. Get these fucking monstrosities off of your screen. Ugh.
I've had kangaroo once, actually, Hank. It was not the freshest meat, I would assume, because it was shipped across the planet. And I didn't get it hot off the grill, but I did not like it. It tasted very gamey, which I'm just not a fan of.
Well, maybe you just didn't have it done right.
100% that could be the case, but I had the bit I tried, didn't enjoy.
All
That was
right.
part of the. I think I told you about that before, where my friend's uncle every year would do a big cookout, and they'd have a mystery meat every year.
Yeah.
And that was one of
Yeah.
the years.
All
It's
right, go ahead and
interesting.
cross off Crime Day. Let's talk about dating apps. This one's one of yours. What do you got for me?
Oh, I got a little.
In fact, the rest of these are yours.
Oh yeah, let me show you this little tweet I saw. Oh god, wait. Am I gonna leak shit? Okay, we're good. Don't need
Leak
shit popping
what?
up,
Your P word?
No, my DMs and shit, talking to clients about stuff. I don't know, just not the end of the
Oh
world, but I'd
yeah,
rather
yeah.
not.
That's what you call them, clients.
Yeah. Dating apps are terrible. Okay, so I don't know if you know who Erudite is. I've seen her a couple times talk to Destiny in random Destiny videos or
No,
whatever.
I don't know who she is.
But I don't really know her that well. But anyway, so she posts this. Dating apps are terrible. This is a great example why women pre-selecting by height like this is stupid. Y'all just want someone who's as tall as you or a bit taller. Quit manifesting. Look at this. Bumble filters set in advanced filters by female users by height. Look at this fucking chart. Who is putting 7 foot?
Filters set in advanced filter. Maybe that's the upper bound. Is this?
So this is percentage of inclusion in filters set, right? But who like I don't 7 foot's insane.
Yeah.
But 4'11" not allowed.
But okay, so 7 foot is like I mean it's low. It dipped because some people they want that and some people don't want a treetop lover.
The fact that people want a 7 foot guy more than a 5'11" guy is fucking insane to me.
Oh, that's 5'11"? Where's 5'3"?
No, this is 5'11" right here.
Yeah. Where's 5'3"?
Right here, buddy. This little guy on the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it feels like somehow 5'3" is shorter than 5'2".
I think it's because maybe at that point, no, they don't care, so they just drop it to 0.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but here's the deal. That's what I'm up against.
Oh yeah, but
that's what I mean. Like this is so it's like it's not just a matter of meeting someone, right? Because if we look at this, right, what is this from? This is from 2022, Bumble?
2021, 2022.
Yeah, it's like I'm just not going to see any of these. These women are never going to see me because they've already filtered me out.
Well, bro,
even if I lied and rounded up to 5'4", it's still a dog shit. Even if I went to 5'5".
You don't want to go to 5'5", bro. That triples.
To go crazy.
That triples your exposure,
5'5", right? And it's like, I was talking to someone about this, right? And or about like me putting on my dating profile or me putting height on my dating profile. And she was like, "Oh, you better put your height on your dating profile." It's like, bitch, calm the fuck down. First off, it's like I was going to because I'm not trying to lie to somebody, but you got to understand that this is basically a signal to all these American women, right? That I skipped this one. I know I don't want hype queens, but it's clear from the data that it is the majority of people. You understand? I'm already.
Bro, this is like
an uphill battle.
Right here is 15%.
Literal uphill battle.
This is 15% at 5'9", right? Ish.
Right.
5'3", like you're like what, 4%?
Right, and I might murder to get to be 5'9".
It's crazy as it was a staggering date.
I would love to see this. I would love to see this graph like mixed with age groups, like demographics of women.
Yeah.
Like, does this change as women get older? I hope to fuck it does, but I'm not trying to hook up with no fucking 21-year-old or
It's just, and what's staggering is that they all want, like, this is the most 6'6". That's the most requested. 6'6", 6'5". Do you have any idea how fucking tall that is?
That's huge.
That's like uncomfortable, daily life. I would think, right? Like you gotta be damn near hitting door frames. How tall is a door frame?
Who cares?
I don't know. It's
I'm
fucking
never hitting
crazy.
it.
I'm never hitting it.
I can't even jump up and reach it.
Bullshit. Is that real?
Larla, I would wager to you, Larla, that there is a reverse relationship between height requirements by women and the women's actual height. I just anecdotally, the women I've seen on dating apps who are like, don't even swipe me if you're under this, if you're under 5'10" or whatever the fuck, they're the shortest ones. They're fucking tiny, and they're like, oh, I want someone who's 6'2". It's like, well, I don't. What are we doing here?
6'7" are door frames on average. Yeah. So if you're 6'6", 6'7", like you're fucking.
Like if you're looking for 6'6", you want to be dominated. You want to be physically.
You want to be tossed around.
Who can just do whatever they want with you at any time. Apparently, you just like to live dangerously.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for you, Herc. No one cares. Get off. Get this out. I'm getting
angry.
I'm getting ornery.
But it's just fucking. It's just mind blowing, man.
Yeah, you really
mind-blowing.
You wanted to depress me, I think.
No, I just want you. I want you to not put a huge stake in fucking these apps because they're all horseshit. It's where a lot of. I mean, they're you're just looking for the gem, right? The
truly outrageous
diamond in the rough.
Gem. Truly outrageous. Okay, we're moving on.
Imagine the babies that would create your.
You're right. I just have to find one good woman.
Exactly. There's millions out there. You just gotta find one. It's just one.
Yeah, everyone mentions Kevin Hart. Leave him alone.
Kevin Hart's he's a banger.
Cross out dating apps. What do you have to talk about with Ben and or Jerry?
Well, so apparently, I don't know if this is true. This is also a tweet.
There it is.
Apparently, let me just bring it up. Let me just bring it back up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, what am I gonna do?
On the 4th of July, it's high time. This is Ben and Jerry's tweet, right? Ben and Jerry tweeted this out. This 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it. The United States was founded on stolen indigenous land. This 4th of July, let's commit to returning it. This land is stolen, right?
This land is stolen land. This land is your land. Yeah.
This guy posts, a Native American tribe that originally controlled the land in Vermont that Ben and Jerry's headquarters is located on wants land returned to them after the company publicly called for stolen lands to be returned.
Nice.
What are the chances you think Ben and Jerry gives up their headquarters?
Slim.
There's no shot they do it.
Well, I mean, the headquarters is nothing. Like that's
it doesn't matter. They're not gonna uproot themselves because when they post this shit, they're not virtuous. They're a fucking corporation making money.
I agree.
And as soon as it starts to affect them, they're gonna fucking backpedal it so hard.
Well, we don't know what they're actually doing, but yeah, that's.
I could be wrong. I
don't hate your hypothesis.
I would be shocked if they fucking gave it up.
Ben and Jerry's are kind of they're a little bit of a forward-thinking company. I don't put my faith in businesses at all, as you in the stream may well know, but yeah. So who knows? The thing is, it's like the premise is true, right? We did steal the land.
Sure.
But the conclusion isn't necessarily true, right? Like we decimated the Native American tribes, decimated them. You know what I mean? They're not even close to those numbers that they were then. And then even then they weren't that many, but we've reduced them to almost nothing. So it's like, what land are we giving to who?
Right. But the thing is, like, that also doesn't fix what happened. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't fix the You just get the land, and it's like, well, what are we gonna? I mean, you can parlay that into some mucho dollars, but I don't know. Seems strange.
Yeah, I don't. It's not an answer.
We're not going to dissolve the country, and it's just kind of. We haven't wrestled with it. I will agree to that. We haven't quite adequately dealt with the sins of our past. Obviously, we haven't even dealt with slavery, let alone the Native American genocide, which it clearly
we haven't wrestled with it because it's like, what the fuck? What's the answer?
No
one wants to fucking tackle a.
Well, that's the thing. It's not just that it's because we haven't found a solution. It's that the U.S. government doesn't really even want to admit that they fucked up,
I mean, I guess,
right?
yeah.
Like, we can't sit down and wrestle with the fact that, I don't know, like, Wounded Knee happened and all this other stuff and, you know.
Well, what is that? I mean, what is wrestling with it exactly? Just talking about it?
Yeah, coming to, like, a shared agreement that, this that we didn't that our history is not like
No, it's not. It's not roses and
it's yeah, it's
sunshine.
not sunshine.
But like, what is that?
Lollipop and
What does that even do? Like,
rainbows.
even if the government was like, hey, you know what? That was really bad of us. But like,
Yes,
is that?
that goes a long way. Simply acknowledging something as a part of your own history and taking ownership of it is a huge step,
I don't disagree. I just don't know where would
right?
what's
And
the
this
next
falls
step?
right back to that ACAB stuff, okay? Because one of
Oh
the
yeah.
biggest problems with the police is that they will never admit fault. That's part of the problem. They do something incredibly dumb, and no one's like, "Oh, sorry."
Well, isn't like, I mean, cops get in trouble and go to jail and shit all the time, right?
Yeah,
Is that not
no, not
admitting
all.
fault?
Yeah, you would think. No, that's not admitting fault. That's just being incarcerated.
Well, okay, let's say there's a precinct, right, or whatever,
Uh huh.
and let's say one of the officers is a bad egg. He's a piece of shit, and
Okay,
he does
we're
some.
already off with the bad egg nonsense, but fine.
Okay, whatever. Let's say there's this particularly egregious officer,
Uh huh.
and he does something wrong,
Uh huh.
and then he gets in trouble for it, and he gets
Uh
put into
huh.
prison for it.
Uh huh. Is that the same as sorry?
Who's saying sorry? The officer that's going to prison?
This chief of police.
The the police officer should be like, I'm sorry that this officer is a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, they hired him. You
I
don't.
mean,
They don't. These pieces of shit just don't. They don't pop up overnight, bro. It's not like, oh, he was a good guy.
no.
No, no,
I
they
get it.
know.
I get it.
They've
But
known for a very long time.
I'm not disagreeing. But I don't know. I guess that never has crossed my
It's
mind as like
because here's the
if the
problem,
police officer
bro.
said I'm sorry for that guy, I would be like, why you?
It's
I don't know.
Well,
I
no,
would.
no, no, no. The police officer is not a person in this regard. The police officer is a vehicle of the state. Okay? The state is acting unjustly upon you. So it is therefore the responsibility of the state to apologize.
I see what you're saying.
That person being a problem isn't part of the issue. It's that the state allowed that to happen,
You're taking
right?
responsible for your employee.
Right. So the
Employee.
state needs to be responsible for its own actions, which they never want to do.
I see what you're
That's
saying.
the problem.
Let me
And
ask
so
you this.
this is and so for shit like slavery, for shit like the Native American, manifest destiny, they know no one ever wants to take ownership of it and say, yes, this was bad. Or at very least, this wasn't some rosy colored notion that, like, hey, you know what? We just need to expand westward, or we need to kill 50 million buffalo.
The buffalo were a problem.
Yeah, real problem.
If we didn't decimate the buffalo, I'm not sure America would be here, bro.
Yeah, the whole Midwest would just be filled with buffalo.
Roaming buffalo gangs.
Yeah, but even though the Midwest just doesn't have shit in it anyway.
How dare you, knowing where I live?
Are you on the Great Plains?
No, but we have buffalo here. My friend that I went to high school with grew up on a buffalo farm.
Good for him.
Yeah.
The whole half of the country could have been a buffalo farm.
One big buffalo ranch.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's not that I have a bleeding heart for buffalo in general. It's just that the fact that it's such a massive change to an ecosystem.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
there's just something sad about the fact that we completely decimated an entire region of life
No.
just to move in or whatever. It's like, I don't.
Well, wasn't it to like indirectly affect the natives?
Well, yeah, then they couldn't live off the buffalo.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
just to disrupt the Native American life, we just murdered one of the most plentiful species on the continent.
Well, what's fucking mind blowing about that is that I mean, how many Europeans or whatever were here to do that? Like you gotta be
They were
fucking.
kind of all Europeans in those days, but yeah.
But whatever. I'm just saying, like, think of how like it's way less people than there are now, right? and they were able to decimate millions of buffalo. And I don't even, what was the time frame?
Wild. I don't know.
Was it like 10 years or like 100 years?
No, not 100.
But either way,
I think it was fairly quick. I don't know exactly.
But it's fucking crazy to think
that. My
that.
point is, it's sad. Something was lost. And maybe the Midwest is less smelly now.
There's still buffalo, though, right?
Had to fucking stink. You know what I'm saying?
There's still buffalo.
There's some. I'm not saying yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. They weren't driven to extinction.
No, but it was this. It was yeah. I know what you mean. It was a fucking huge interruption in Mother Nature.
All right, Ben and Jerry, you're not giving up your land. Fine.
There's no shot they give. Not only that, it wouldn't be like, hey, you know what? This should be yours. I'll sell it to you. What they're saying is, this should be yours. I'm gonna give you this.
Well, this should be yours. I'm gonna sell it to you. Like what? What should a British museum who stole like Indian artifacts, like actual from India, and brought them over to British Museum, should they be like, oh, we'll sell you these artifacts back?
Do you think that? Because I think that's a thing, right? There's like a couple of cases where like museums across the world have artifacts from other cultures,
and they still do. Yes.
Right. Do you think that they should all be returned, or do you think that there is like some?
Yeah, they should return them. If they didn't get them, it's like it would be some like. Give them back, talk to museums in India and be like, hey, we would like to display some pieces. What can you give us?
Is that is that a real thing? Like
Great
India?
ideas. Yeah. Like what? What?
Is that a real thing? Like Britain has India's artifacts and like.
Yeah, they have Indian and African artifacts that like they basically got through, through good old fashioned colonialism. And Larla, it was brought up on the 4th of July because that's the day of American independence.
Yeah. So these they're owned by the museums or the government? Is this
both?
Different?
I don't know. I don't know the funding, but probably some of the museums are publicly owned, I would imagine, but I don't know for sure.
That's kind of a weird thing to be like, I know these are yours, but we got them now, so finders keepers. From 30 million down to 325 in 12 years.
325.
5,000 bison killed a day? How do we have the numbers for that?
Damn.
How did we
think of Smith & Wesson must have been making a killing on bullets. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. 5,000 bison a day. People were taking more than one shot per kill.
Yeah. They didn't even have machine guns back then. Well, actually, in 1884, they might have.
They got just a Gatling gun and shit.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine gun nuts in 1884 or whatever?
This is my musket, and you're not taking it from me.
Yeah, it's like coming to my den. I got 24 different muskets.
Oh, this one. This is like the first gun ever made, dude. My great granddaddy had this gun.
This is a rock.
This is a rock.
Damn.
I just thought Thanksgiving would be the holiday that brings up that thought. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
It does too. Yeah. Yes.
Bro, 5K bison is insane to me.
Any opportunity, any jingoistic, nationalistic holiday brings those sorts of opinions out.
Okay, but back to my issue with this is like you say Ben and Jerry's are forward thinking, but I don't know that they are. I think they fucking just they want to feel like they're the good guy. But
no, I agree. I'm not with you. All right. I would hold out a tiny bit of hope for Ben and Jerry, but if you ask me to bet on are they going to stick up, be true to their word, I would not bet on it. I would bet against it all the time.
The thing is, do you think like that was just like their social media manager posting that and like, oh, this will be good for PR?
No, I mean, I think Ben and or Jerry could have definitely posted that, but yeah, it was likely that's someone's job. They're a pretty large company.
It's just
Jerry's probably too busy with things.
You didn't want to like make sure you weren't at fault for the thing that you're virtue signaling
I'm
over.
assuming that whole tweet got approval. I wouldn't imagine that was like their like the social media manager was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take up this cause."
Well, how did they not fucking, you know?
Well, maybe the suit didn't come until after they put it down. Dude,
Oh,
I don't know.
for sure it came after because I'm sure the indigenous
I don't
people
know,
that.
but maybe they thought to themselves, "What kind of ridiculous person would want cold ass Vermont land?"
Uh, the people that used to own it, jackass.
I would like to go to Vermont. It sounds like my kind of place,
It sounds kind of
Yeah,
peaceful, you know.
I'm like I'm a cold weather, peaceful kind of guy.
So am
Except
I.
I like civilization, so I'd have to go to a city,
Yeah. Well,
like
yeah, but it'd be
Montpelier.
a
I
nice
don't know
small city.
what are the cities in Vermont.
I like to go to Vermont and watch the fall leaves change color.
I don't want to be in the woods because I don't like to be that far from a hospital.
What?
Because I'm a nut, so I don't like. I like to be. I like the idea that I'm close to going somewhere for an emergency.
You know what? I think I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, well, it's like you don't want something to happen to you, right? But the worst would be something to happen to you that you need to get looked at, but you can't because you can't get there.
Yeah.
Why did I put myself in this position?
Yeah. Or like, yeah. Or like, if when I think about it is like if you're on a plane, right, and something happens, it's like, well, they're not unless it's life threatening, they're not fucking pulling the plane over. And even if it is life threatening, like how long is it gonna take to land a plane, emergency land a plane, and get
Okay,
you to a
well, you're
hospital?
not on a plane. Okay, you're on a plane for only a couple hours.
It could be more than that. What if you go transatlantic or some shit?
Okay, well, yeah, I
What
guess.
if I'm flying to fucking
You know what?
Australia, bro?
Like I can hold it together for 18 hours. That the time frame I'm okay with, but I'm talking days, weeks, months.
What? So if you're on an 18-hour flight, you're like, that's fine. But if you're
I'm not
vacationing,
concerned about not being close to a hospital. Yeah.
but if you're vacationing in Vermont for a weekend, you're like, I don't know, man. Hospital's a little far.
Um, a
You lost
weekend
me.
it's not a weekend's okay. Like I could probably manage that, but I would prefer if I'm doing it a week, I didn't know where the hospital is at least.
I had to run a red light on my way home from work earlier this week because of a bloody ambulance. Wait, why would an ambulance make you run a red light?
She had to get out of the fucking way, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that would make me so uncomfortable. If she's in front or something. I thought all ambulances make the red lights green. I mean, yeah, but you're still
Um,
seeing the red light, right?
what do you mean the red light's green? Not for everybody else, for the ambulance.
Well, right. Everyone stops for the ambulance. You pull over and the ambulance gets fucking right away no matter what, right? But if you're in front of it, then obviously you got to go through the red light to give way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably scary.
Had
You're
to go
probably
through
like,
to pull over,
"Okay,
yeah.
let's hope I don't get hit."
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's like I hope these other people are paying attention to this ambulance coming through and realize that their green light isn't really green for them. It's a gamble you gotta take, I guess. Didn't you say there was something else about Ben and Jerry's you wanted to include?
Oh, one of them got arrested during a protest or something. I didn't really read too much up on it, but I
Oh,
think
during a protest?
yes.
Was he protesting his own company, giving lands back to
I
indigenous?
don't know what he was protesting.
Was
I
it
only
Ben
have
or
one hand
Jerry?
to find out.
Also, how old are Ben and Jerry that this one of them's out there
They're
protesting?
old. They're old gentlemen now. Protest
Typing.
arrest. Yes, I have to use one hand because I have to hold the mic with the other.
You haven't figured out a
Ben and
solution?
Jerry's founder arrested by Department of Homeland Security while protesting outside of the Justice Department because he was protesting the imprisonment of Julian Assange.
That was recently?
6 days ago. This is the headline. So, and it was Ben.
How do you feel about the Julian Assange thing?
He's a journalist. They want revenge. The U.S. state doesn't like that they released the video of the collateral murder video. They already imprisoned Chelsea Manning in solitary for most of the time to boot.
Isn't she out? Or
Yeah,
no?
she's out now.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
she
yeah.
spent a long time in there.
What was it? 3 years?
Right.
5 years?
I'm not quite sure, but it was multiple years.
They're both
Right.
72. Good for them.
And then it's uh they want to punish this person for just printing true things, right? Like this actual video, right? They want to make it illegal to do journalism. That's the problem, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's not his job to get permission from the government, especially not his own government. He's not even a US citizen to release information he gets from a credible source, right? And this it wasn't like it was false.
Wait, wait,
It
wait.
was
Did he
just
not acquire it illegally?
it doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't matter. It's how he
Something
acquired it.
matters, right? If you acquire something illegally, just even though it's
If
true
you
doesn't mean
acquire true information illegally, it doesn't matter. It's the truth.
right.
It's not the journalist's responsibility to make sure it's legal or illegal, right? Once he's got it, it's his job
No, no,
to
no,
let
no, no.
people
Hold
know
on, hold on,
what's
hold on.
happening.
I'm saying did he specifically acquire it illegally? If he got it from someone else and they acquired it legally, then it's not his issue, right? But did
Right.
he
Well,
do
that's the
something
thing.
illegal?
Chelsea Manning leaked it to him.
Oh,
That's why Chelsea
that
Manning's
is
in jail,
the scenario.
right? But they don't. But even so, Chelsea Manning should qualify as a whistleblower, but wasn't, right?
Wait, is that official
Because of
law?
the
Like if you're a whistleblower, like you have some sort of
yes, right? Yes. That's what a whistleblower is.
I thought that was just a term. I didn't know that there was some legality to
Yes,
it.
whistleblowers have protection under the law.
What?
Except when it's the US government being embarrassed because they straight up murdered people, including children, in a van, and that was all that information was publicly brought to light in a video with soldiers on the video saying, knowing that there's children in there and saying shit like they should know about it to bring their children to a war zone.
But okay, this blows my mind. This whole what qualifies a whistleblower? Like how do you get qualified for that so that you have the immunity or the protection?
If you basically let the government know or reveal illegal happenings, right? Like like a whistleblower for like a company, like hey,
My
Enron
company's like
is cooking the books, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're doing illegal practices, right? And then you go to the government, and then you qualify as a whistleblower. The company can't fire you because you're protected, right? They can't get rid of you just because you're, letting the authorities know they're doing illegal things,
So
right? So
yeah.
that protection is supposedly um extended to government employees that show wrongdoing within the government, although in practice the government is vehemently goes after people that reveal any sort of information that's not uh beneficial to the government itself, right? Edward
Right. So
Snowden,
the government
Chelsea
says,
Manning.
"Hey, you can whistleblow us because we're good." But if you then when it happens, they fucking have a worker. They just say, "No, fuck
Yeah,
you."
they basically say you're a traitor and they'll go to the ends of the earth to make sure you spend the rest of your life in jail.
That's fucking okay. I didn't know to that level of it. That makes me more angry. I already didn't like the Julian Assange thing, but I didn't know it's to that level. So what do you know what it was that enabled them to be like, oh, Chelsea's not covered by it?
Basically, I think they argued that. Well, I don't know if they needed to argue or anything. I think she just got court-martialed. I think it was a military court. I'm not positive. But the fact that she was a soldier, right, meant that she was basically like doing treason by leaking information to a journalist.
And but what? So whistleblowing doesn't apply to soldiers?
Not when it's. I mean, they don't think it does.
That's wild.
We have in my opinion, we have overblown secrecy in this country to the point where everything is a secret. Okay, it used to be that the government's not supposed to hide shit from you, the citizen. We're the people who supposedly give the government its power. They're just functionaries. They
right.
just do. They provide the services we believe we trust them to provide. And then the only thing that should really be hidden from anybody are like where our troops are right now. But we've taken it to such a degree that we can't let people know the things that we do, that knowing the things that get done in our name, like straight up murdering people in a van, right? Or drone bombing a wedding, or all kinds of other shit, right? Or the fact that the NSA was spying on everyday Americans despite them telling everybody they didn't.
Hmm.
We're not allowed to know that. That's bad for us to know, right? And it's ludicrous to me that we sit here and allow this stuff to happen. We treat this as normal. This level of secrecy by a government that's supposed to work for us is doing this without our knowledge and actively attempting to stop us from using it, right? And whatever you think of Julian Assange personally, right? That's the job of a journalist. And the fact that that no one else was showing this video and it had to go to WikiLeaks, right, to get shown is absolutely insane. The fact
Like
that
no
Edward
mainstream
Snowden
media.
yeah, in fact, Edward Snowden took his information to the New York Times and the Washington Post, and they said, fuck off with that, right? Is an indictment of our own media, of our own government, right? That they didn't want to touch that and show the truth. So he had to go to um Glenn Greenwald and what's her name? Laura
Bush.
Poitras? I forget, I can't pronounce the last
Poultice.
name. But it's like it just doesn't I don't know. It's like
Disappointing.
it's disappointing because again, our own government does not want to reckon with the things it does.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to say, "Hey, this is what we did." Right? They didn't want to call the cop to Abu Ghraib's until, they were found out. The CIA torturing black sites and stuff. That was what who was that? John Kirikow, basically, that the CIA was torturing people. He went to prison for years for revealing that.
That's fucking crazy.
So there's a laundry list of quote unquote whistleblowers who the state will label as traitors, who are just put in jail all the time for simply telling the public that the U.S. is doing illegal stuff. It's insane. The Department of Homeland Security shouldn't even exist. I don't know. There's no point.
When did that get created?
2001, Bush created it after 9/11.
That's when it first got created?
Yes, it's not that old, right? It's doing the job that the FBI should be doing. And it got created because the FBI didn't do the job it should have done. So instead of saying, hey, FBI fucked up, it was, no, let's create this new entity to do who the fuck knows what. Round up immigrants and throw them back into Mexico, whether they're from Mexico or not.
Wow. That's a lot, dude.
Yeah. And that's my rant about Ben and Jerry.
Power on, Ben. Wait, I want to know why Larla says fuck Julian.
Well, Julian's he's Australian actually, I think. Yeah, originally.
Biden walked out of an interview not knowing where he is. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Biden's
He's an old moron.
he's a shell of a man.
Yeah. There's just quotes upon quotes. It's like Biden, it's clear that from some of the stuff he says that he's not he's
Coherent.
losing it. Yeah. And Kamala, it's clear from the shit she says that she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her.
It didn't matter. He was never the most qualified person for the job. The DNC anointed him when everyone else, aside from Bernie, dropped out of the race to support Biden because they were all promised positions within the government.
So I don't understand who.
He wasn't going to win without them, without everyone else dropping out of the primary. He was never going to get the nomination.
Right, but so here's my thing, right? Do you think that Biden works for himself, or do you think that there's someone like using him as a why? If
I don't think he's a Manchurian candidate.
Well, not to that level, but it's like clearly there's no way that he's interested in being president when he can't even fucking comprehend what he's talking about.
You could level that at Trump. I believe that he actually wasn't that interested in being the president. I think Biden wants to be the president. He's just old. He's just losing some faculties.
I don't understand that. That blows my mind. Like,
I still think he thinks he's doing a good job, or that he's the right man for the job, but I don't know. I don't think I don't think they're doing a weekend at Bernie's with them.
No, I don't know. It just seems so fucking like I don't know to what degree, but it just seems like
I mean,
he seems
clearly because he has given coherent interviews and coherent speeches, right?
yeah,
So at the very least, he can read off a teleprompter or understand a question and answer it.
right. But
Like,
how can he feel like he's equipped to lead the country when he's struggling with these things? I feel like that's the basic shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Right? Like
he's
being
not
able
the
to talk
first one.
publicly is the basic shit.
He's not the first one to believe like he was losing his mind in the presidency. Wasn't like was it Gerald Ford who they thought was losing his marbles during his time as a president, or Reagan? I don't know. One of them.
It's fucking crazy. Reagan always seems so old, but he's younger than both of them. Like currently? No, that can't be right. How old was Reagan when he was in office?
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, fuck politics, dude. Wait, did you ever tell me what the thing about Julian? You said he was Australian.
What do you mean?
Is that why he fucked Julian?
Well, I don't know. Larla has to tell you, not me. I don't know.
Oh, I thought there was like some other like thing going on. Larla, why do you hate Julian? Mr. Assange?
Because Larla's part of the deep state.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. There's only one reason someone would be so dedicated to our stream. It's because they're trying to get us.
Yeah, they're trying to entrap me.
Uh-huh.
And you'll get taken along for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm not going to prison without you.
That's okay. Because he's an ass? What makes him an ass? I genuinely don't know.
Oh, God, we can't get into it right now. You can't ask Larla to explain herself in the chat. We're trying to have a podcast here.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. But I want to know. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say like they hate him.
Later, Larla.
God bless Jimmy Carter, almost 99 years old. He's still alive?
Yeah, building houses.
He can't be building houses still. There's no fucking shot.
Okay, well, he's just alive.
Okay, well, there's a difference between being alive and building houses. Well, Joe Biden's alive.
I don't want to talk about Jimmy Carter. I want to talk about Jonah Hill. Next.
Next. We ain't got time for this, man.
Thank you. Next.
Jonah Hill. Oh, it's okay. So do you know what's going on with him or all the hubbub?
I saw an article in which he was accused of doing some fairly not manipulative, well, maybe manipulative, but he's basically on that old chestnut of like, I'm going to tell my girlfriend what she can and can't wear and or can and can't post on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So and is that what it said, or that was your take about what you read of his message?
No, that's what it said. That he was. I don't know if I think he said it in an interview or something. Search it on the Googs.
Well, for me, I found it on Twitter, and they sorry, I had to close my door. His ex, and apparently it's an ex from like years ago, leaked DMs of that they had where he was basically saying like it didn't look great, and I can see why people might.
He was you're something to the effect of you don't have. I don't want to see any pictures of you in a thong with your ass hanging out on Instagram or some shit.
Yeah, it was stuff like I don't like this blah blah blah. But I'm kind of interested in what you think about this. Okay, so let me open it up. Let me open it up, and we'll read one of his messages here.
Okay, let's see.
Here we go.
Let's see what you're up to, Jonah.
So this is one of them. There was a couple or whatever, but let's just do it with one. Plain and simple. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there are no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic relationship. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust.
Okay.
And so
first off, on initial impressions, this seems like something you would do at the start of a relationship rather than in the middle. It's some of these things seem fine, right? They seem like appropriate boundaries. And then some of them are a little strange, right?
Yep.
This woman's a professional surfer. Surfing with men, it kind of goes with the fucking job. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, I don't know how this could even, why are you, it's like, there's a, like, if the first one really kind of hits me, right? Because why, Jonah, why are you putting it on her to like, hey, you need to fix this, right? Like this is an issue he has. If he can't get over it, he's putting the onus on her to be like, hey, if you can't handle this, I'm out. That's fine. I'm out of here. But it's like, I don't know. Like that's some basic stuff, right? Like she's gonna do her job with dudes. Jonah does his job with chicks. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
I know what you're
don't
saying.
act with women.
I know what you're saying, but I kind of don't see anything wrong with this. He fucking said, this is what I need if we're going to maintain this relationship. If that doesn't work for you, I support you. You're great. And then we're done. Right? I don't think there's like,
Yeah,
and I know what you're saying about doing it up front and early, but different, like things happen through a relationship.
Is wrong here. It's fine. Okay, surfs off. It's fine to have concerns, right? But the thing is that it's like he's not phrasing it like he has concerns. He's phrasing it like, oh, if you need to do these inappropriate things, that's not me, right? And that's it's a little needlessly confrontational, especially with someone you're in a relationship with. Okay, and some of these things are worth a discussion. He's not starting a discussion here.
Well,
Right? He's not
you don't know
talking
the
to his
depth of what,
girlfriend.
this is just one,
I don't know, man. This is a bullet list.
right. But there was clearly a build up to this. There was previous conversations. It didn't just,
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, this is not an invitation to a conversation. This is, if you don't meet these requirements, we're done. And some of these bullet points are sus. Okay. Now, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, that's a pretty basic that's a pretty basic line in the sand, right? Like, oh, we sleep in the same bed, but we're just cool, whatever. A lot of these other things, it's like her job, right? If you're a professional surfer or a professional surf instructor, I'm not quite sure which, but like her image was part of her job. So she was going to have to be in a bathing suit on Instagram, right? She was going to have to surf with men. That's her job, right? And it's like, it's just not the right way to approach this. This is not a conversation, right? This is
well,
very close to an ultimatum.
yeah, for sure
Yes,
it
he's
is.
very nice about he's tries to be nice about it at the end, like, hey, if this is you, I support it, but I can't be with me. But I don't know. There's some of these are just strange, hard lines.
I don't. They may be strange, but like everyone can set their own boundaries, right? And he says at the end, my boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. So clearly there was issues.
Okay, well that's the thing, but that's how he's framing it. We don't know anything about the relationship, right? So it's like,
well things have happened that hurt their trust.
Yeah, okay, but you're framing it like she did something.
Well, I don't know. Right? I don't know, but that's it doesn't matter.
If we're looking at this laundry list, right? She could have surfed with a guy, right? And that would have hurt the trust.
I don't know what
I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but it goes
for her not to have violated this list in the course of her job.
No, but I don't know that this. He said this to me. He's saying this is the list because we have had issues with trust. Not like this is where the list started. This is like what I need to be now for us to have security in the relationship. And of course this is a kind of, if you're making this list, you probably the relationship's already lost so much trust, and you're kind of past, like he's holding on to it, right? He's holding on too long that it's making him look bad. But I still don't, I don't. It's weird that he posted this, right? Or that he sent this to her and was like, okay, and then clearly it didn't work out. And then years later, she's like, let me leak these DMs and say he was manipulative to me. I don't think this is manipulative. I think this is holding on to a relationship that wasn't working for either person.
I mean, also, this is one of the DMs.
Yeah.
The only one, right?
I agree. But I
don't know. It is strange to let it loose years later, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't have.
I don't
It's
see this
hard
as
for me to have.
abusive.
It's hard for me to be like, oh, that public figure should have his private life.
Well,
He
even
should be free to do
regardless.
whatever.
Okay, this is my question. Do
I'm
you
not sure this is as damning as like maybe the articles have made it out to be. I think maybe perhaps it was a little bit sensationalized. Um, I don't think these are good takes. Most of these bullets. Okay.
yeah. The take is almost irrelevant though, right? Because it's just about someone setting their boundaries in a relationship. Right? Like if I
No,
like no
no, it's not just that because as I've been explaining to you, it's the way he's doing it that is not great. This is not communication, right? This is
yes,
again,
because
he's framing
it's
it.
the clearly it's at the end of the relationship and both people are holding on to something
Well,
that they
okay,
don't.
well now
It's
you're
not
just
working.
giving him the your explanation is just giving him the benefit of the doubt rather than her.
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, what you're saying is, oh, he's doing this because it's the end of the relationship. He's just setting his boundaries.
So you think it's more likely that he just went off the deep end and decided suddenly to be super controlling for no reason at all? And like all of a sudden he needed
No,
these levels of security out of
or
nowhere?
that maybe he was kind of controlling in the first place.
Controlling because
I'm not
so
giving
you're
her the
as
benefit of the doubt, Larla. My point is that this is not the correct way to have a conversation with your partner, especially with concerns about behavior,
right, but
right?
not having the correct way to have a conversation with your partner doesn't mean that the other person is having the correct way of conversation with the partner, and it doesn't mean that this is abusive or manipulative.
I don't think it's abusive, but but some of these demands are a little restrictive. Do you understand?
For sure
To
they
the
are.
point where it's like that if like
But restrictive is relative, isn't it? Like,
um
do you think it's possible that he could have met a woman who is like, you know what, I'm not really that into surfing with dudes. I can work with this. This works for me. Let's fucking make this relationship happen. I'm happy with you, right? It's relative only
yes.
if she does butt heads with these things, and it could be completely it'd be completely okay for her to not be okay with these, right? And that just means the relationship's not a good relationship. It's not a good fit,
Okay.
and it should end.
So according to Larla, we're saying that it seems that that these texts came to light after some other woman said Jonah made her uncomfortable, right?
Wait,
So I'm
what?
assuming well, read the chat, bro.
Well,
So
I was
I'm
talking to
assuming
you, not reading chat. I'm sorry.
I
Hold
can
on.
do both. Do both, bro. Get me
I'm
better.
not a multitasker. I'm not Moon.
Okay. Anyway, I would imagine these DMs were released in support of this woman to be like, hey, she's not a one-off, right? Like he was weird with me too.
Just have it come
So
out.
yes, and I'll agree with Larla. I'll concede that so we don't have as much context here as we would like. We have no I mean, I'm only looking at one text, so there were others, but I don't see her responses. I don't see the history of the relationship. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. You're a surfing. If you're there's eh, if you're uncomfortable with your girlfriend posting pictures of her in a bathing suit on her Instagram, um, knowing she's a surfer, that's a problem. Okay, and this is the issue I have with this text here is that he's putting the onus on her. It's like this is some basic shit. Like,
No,
if you weren't comfortable with who she was in the first place, why are you even bothering texting her this shit?
no,
Okay?
because it would be I think a safe assumption to think that it was fine in the beginning when there was security and trust in a relationship, and somewhere along the lines that was lost. That happens
I mean,
all the
that
time in
perhaps can
relationships.
be true, but these are not healthy boundaries. Do you understand? Even if the trust is lost. Like what you just look at this list. Look at what she's giving up, essentially a huge part of her livelihood, okay, in order to be with Jonah Hill.
Right. Well, that's fine. And then he says, then I'm not the right partner for you. And then that should just be it. Then they're done, right? It's not going to work for him. It's not working for her. Done. That's it.
I guess, but he's framing it in a way that makes it her fault.
Well,
all he has to do is say, "I'm not comfortable with this. I'm done." Or he just has to say, "I'm done."
Right, but the problem is people. No, but hold on.
These very reasonable things, we're done.
People don't do reasonable things when they're in love and trying to make a relationship work. They do the exact opposite, and they hold on to the relationship, and they're like, you know what?
Fine, I will grant you that, but it's still not a good look anyway, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. I'm not agreeing with the things that he's saying, but I am agreeing that he should be able to say these boundaries, and it's not necessarily like he's saying it's your fault. He's saying this is what I need. And if it doesn't line up, then we're not the right.
No, but partners. He's not saying it. He's not. That's the contention I have with you, and you keep ignoring it. He's not saying this is what I need. He's saying if you need. In fact, that's where he starts the text. If you need.
But that's the same thing.
Matters. No, it is not. Your choice of words matter. Okay.
I agree that it matters, but I think here it achieves the same goal. If you need this, then I'm not the right partner for you. Or he could have said, I need this, so you're not the right partner for me. That's still putting the onus on her in a different way.
No.
Saying you're not the right partner for me because I need these things?
He doesn't have to do that. He could say, here's what I need. I'm not getting that. I'm done.
I know. Yeah, but the other thing is people are really bad at saying I'm done. They want to be like, okay, this is it. Like this is you know, can we find a common ground? Can we still make this work? Like it's hard to.
I'm not really sure what are you arguing for here? That this is a perfectly reasonable list?
No, the list. It's not about the list. That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the list. The list could be the most absurd thing ever.
Okay, you can't eat red M&Ms.
Right. It could be you can't eat red M&Ms. And that'd be a stupid fucking thing to request. But if that's what you need for a relationship and you express it and say, and you're okay with it ending if they need to have it red M&Ms, I think that's the healthiest way you can handle something so emotional.
The healthiest way he could have handled this.
But no, but in the context of we do irrational things to hold on to relationships that aren't working. People do it all the time. Right? Like, it wasn't like he was saying, you piece of shit, you stop doing all this and you're going to stay my woman, blah, blah, blah. Right? I don't, that to me would be abusive and manipulative.
Well, that's a more obvious case.
Right. But I think this is like, he's like, I don't want to give up on this, but this is the stuff that's wrong. And if you agree, then we can end it and we'll be chilling.
I guess it's just that you have to, you're I don't know. I feel like that Jonah's psyche is it's tying itself in knots to get to this place where he's trying to save the relationship by listing this shit.
Oh, I agree. But I think that happens. It happens all the time. I really do. Because the thing is, think about any long-term relationship. Like, okay, so your girlfriend, right? How much bullshit did you go past, and like how many like how much did you kind of what's the word? How much did you let it go past of where it should have, like where you should have been like, I should have ended it here, or I should have known better at this point, or I should have not let this slide, or I shouldn't have said this last bit.
When my girlfriend gave some guy a handy.
Yeah, so but it happens, right? Did you stay with her after that?
Well, she was polyamorous. I was trying to be open-minded.
Yeah, right. So you were trying to make it work, and then you know, looking back on it, you're probably like, that was very clearly not like it was done at that point.
It wasn't for me.
It was done at that point.
I didn't send her a text and be like, if you need to give guys handies, I support that 100%. But because it's basically being like, this is an ultimatum. The last paragraph makes this list an ultimatum.
Yeah, right? It's for sure an ultimatum.
I gotta keep coming back to this. I guess we're just going to keep going in circles here. This is the end of a conversation, and not in a good way. Okay.
Do you think that ultimatums are never Okay,
No, I do think it's sometimes they are necessary, and they're not, like, verboten or anything, but
what's
not
verboten?
like, "Hey,
I don't
don't
know that word.
forbidden."
Oh, why did you just
Um,
say forbidden?
it's just that I don't think your ultimatum because I like words, bro. Jesus Christ. Anyway, um, what was I saying? You just made me lose my fucking train of thought.
And in the combo with if those things are what make you happy, then fine is 100% manipulative. There's nothing manipulative about it. He's giving her a complete out. He's saying this is what's not working, and whether he says it's because this
I
is what
think
you're
you're
doing.
taking him. No, you know what? I think me and Soul are onto something. You're taking him too literally. All right. It's very clear that he feels that this list is like shit, you know, bad women do or whatever. And it's like, hey, if this is how you want to live, babe,
Wait, hold on,
this is
hold
how
on.
you choose
You're
to live
taking
your
this
life,
list as
babe. That's cool, but I'm
he
not
thinks like
doing
this is
that.
something bad women do. Let me ask you this.
That's what he thinks this list is.
Let me
That's
ask you
what he
this.
thinks this list is.
Let me ask you this: if you found out that they did have an issue where she was off surfing with some other like coworkers or whatever, and ended up sleeping with one of her coworkers, right? And then they were trying to,
Okay.
would that change the context of this for you? Like, would it be
Um,
more acceptable, or would that make more sense to you?
it would make more sense. Sure. Again, we don't have that context, but it's not like
Right, just
the boundary
hypothetically.
should be a crossing physical and emotional lines with your coworkers, not surfing with dudes.
Well, right, but if that's how the scenario happened, that broke their trust and there was issues, and that's why
Yes, I get
the
that, but
security has
it's
been
like
destroyed.
I don't know. I mean, it's very clear. I mean, again, I'm not in the relationship. It's just very clear that he was not ready to date a like public surfer type figure if these are the requirements,
That's,
especially if
but you don't, but
I
we
don't
don't.
know the nature of the relationship. That's true. Okay, but again, it's not as bad as the media made this out to be from what I can tell. Again, we're only looking at the one text. You could have brought up others, you have not. That's fine. Okay? However, it it's not nothing.
What's not nothing?
This text,
I'm not saying
it's
it's not.
worth analysis. It's and I don't think a lot of these things they 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 reveal a certain likelihood, right? That I don't know, man.
I
It's
feel
got
like
a
you're
little bit of
reading this.
manipulator
I think
energy.
like you're reading this list and you automatically assume Jonah's the bad guy.
Um,
You assume that he is being manipulative. That is your like knee jerk reaction. He's being
my knee-jerk
manipulative,
reaction, yes, because of the way it's framed.
which is he's listing things that he doesn't like that
Yes,
seem.
because well, but that's the thing, man, is that I'm looking at what's actually on this list. I'm looking at the actual text and analyzing it from there. What you're doing is just hoping this is wrong and supposing Jonah's got a good reason for typing weird shit like "don't go surfing with men" or "be around unstable women."
I'm not. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't fucking know what if there is a history. There could be zero history, and he could say, "Don't eat red M&Ms." I think he's completely fine saying that, especially considering he said, "Here's your out. Here's your out. If this doesn't work for you, I've got no hard feelings."
Again, it's like
Stas
again,
always has the
that's what
better
I'm
side. You
saying.
don't know what you're talking about, Moon.
I'm not okay. It's if she crossed boundaries, then just end the relationship. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's really easy to say as someone that's not in the relationship. Just end in the
I
relationship.
get it. I get it. I get it. I just don't understand if I have okay, if I'm giving this woman too much of the benefit of the doubt, why are you not giving Jonah too much of the benefit of the doubt?
Because my
Because Jonah's
what is,
cool. You like Jonah? Is that why?
no, this could be fucking Joe Blow. This could be the chick's perspective. I agree with the chick. It has nothing to do with what's on the actual list. Like I said, the list could be the most absurd shit ever. But everyone is entitled to set their own boundaries around what is giving them security in their relationship. And yes,
I agree.
and yes, he probably at this point should just say like, "Fuck it, I'm out," right? But that's not how people operate because they want to hold on and make it work. That's what love is. It's rational as shit.
Okay. I mean, we're not going to agree on this one. That's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine. I already said my piece here. I feel like we're not we're not getting anywhere on this one.
You don't need anything other than what Stas is focused on. Jonah legit saying you can't talk to another guy or I'm out. Basically blaming her by saying, but that's what makes you happy. Agree to disagree. No. Hold on. That alone is already false because you can put that ultimatum on a relationship. If you're with someone and that person, right? And let's just say this is the hypothetical situation. It doesn't matter how you got here. You can make the rules. Say that for your scenario, your wife or girlfriend slept with a coworker. You can say, if you want this relationship to continue, you cannot see that person anymore. You can say,
Okay.
you can't see that person anymore or I'm out.
Yes, but all men. You have to expand it here because you have to use the language we've seen in this text. It's not you can't sleep with Jim. You can't it's like you can't be around any dudes.
Yeah, I agree with Larla. That's how I see it. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Like you write your own rules because you have to have security in the relationship.
You can write your own rules, but if those rules are bonkers, then you're going to get shit for it.
Shit from who?
I don't know, man. If the boundary of your relationship is you have to fucking scream my name at least 4 times a day, and it comes out that that's what you require for a relationship, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or your requirement for a relationship is that your boyfriend be 7 feet tall. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I agree. And if you have absurd requests, like it's almost certainly beyond repair. The relationship's already done at this point, right?
Yes, I get it. I understand that he's not expecting the relationship to continue. I understand that he's basically saying that this is what you need. Okay, then we're done. But fucking, at the very least, can we agree that he should have nutted the fuck up and ended it? Right? This is a wormy way of getting out of the relationship because he's putting it on her. He could at least have said, "I'm done." Okay, because he's not getting what he needs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would have been the better thing to do is just leave before it even got to this point. 100%. Because it was clear that the relationship was too broken. It was done. 100% I agree with you. But that's just not how we are. People hold on to shit because you don't want to end it, you know? You don't want.
Okay, let's say this.
Yeah.
If you had to say which one was worse, Jonah Hill or what's his name? The fuck's his name from Parks and Rec?
Aziz Ansari?
Yes, Aziz. Which person looks worse after their respective situations?
Wasn't his situation? He just went on a date and like it was a bad date, and then the chick got mad. Well, yeah, this looks worse for sure.
Okay, well,
but the Aziz Ansari one, I mean, that was just a date. There was no long-term investment to the relationship that makes you do the stupid shit like this. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a stupid fucking list, right?
I don't think you really believe that.
Yes, I do. If you're telling someone to not surf with men, that's a dumb list. I think it's dumb from an outside perspective, but for him, I think he's completely in his right to set that boundary so that he can either be like, okay, this is how we end it, or in the very weird off chance that this works for you, then maybe this works.
That's fine. That's okay. We got to be done with this because I can't anymore. I can't anymore.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think that if you were in a long-term relationship and you got to the point where it was clearly done from the outside, that you would have the like kind of the inner strength to be like, I'm gonna fucking end this before I throw out the Hail Mary or say something stupid? No, maybe not like this, but something stupid.
I can't say that for sure. Now let me say that maybe this is Jonah being completely an idiot, right? But that's with the assumption we'd have to make here, that this man is a complete idiot in love, and that's why this text is coming across. Because only idiots in love would make some of these boundaries, right?
Yeah, or think that it's gonna work.
that would work. Okay. So if we're doing at least the work enough to read between the lines and say, oh, he doesn't really want the relationship to work, right? I mean, are we at least on that?
Wait, say again that he.
If we're reading between the lines here, he believes that this relationship isn't going anywhere. That this relationship is done.
I think that he knows it's in the death rattle, the death throes, but he's maybe just like some Hail Mary hope. Like maybe.
I don't know. What kind of Hail Mary is this?
I don't know, dude. People get fucking weird when they, you know.
I guess. I don't know. Okay, we got to move on from Jonah.
That's fine. We can. We're actually over our 2 hours anyway. So
yeah, we've gone really. We really got in the trenches here. Larla accused me of white knighting, and let's see.
That's right. Moon and Soul both took your side, so.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's fine. We're all fine here.
We are. We're not fine, dude. We're not bad. I unmuted at the end and said that just the troll says.
Yeah.
Why do you troll me? And you try to kill me?
This woman would never roll a troll in any game.
No, they're too ugly.
You
know what's hilarious? She says she did it to troll me, and then when the troll worked, she's like trying to call me out. I would try and troll says. You don't have to try. You do it all the time. You muted? Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, Moon.
Thanks for listening.
And thanks, Jim, for listening to the whole episode. He's been gone for so long.
I'm Switzerland, Miss Smurf.
I think he was done after like 5 minutes.
That's right. It was just good to see his name. I was always with my mom for a birthday, but nice try, buddy, Stas.
Well, happy birthday, Moon's mom.
Well, you better watch it, Stas, because you're about to lose one of your supporters. She was on your side.
She wasn't on my side. She was only on my side because you're the other side.
Yeah, but you gotta take what you can get.
No, I don't have to take what I can get.
Nah. Let's see.
You know what? We may have to do an addendum on this. We may have to find some other info.
Yeah, we'll get some further context.
Yeah, further investigation into the Hill dilemma.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, maybe he is a fucking prick, but from this, I don't think like this isn't enough evidence for me to be like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. And he's
I'm not saying he's a piece of shit. I'm saying,
for him to, or for me to say he's
things in this text.
For sure, there is. But I don't think this is indicative of being manipulative and abusive.
No. Okay, I mean, I'm not sold on the abusive I give you. I don't think this is abusive necessarily, just this text. But just to me, there is some manipulative language. Yeah. Anyway, we're done here. We're not doing this again. We're done. What's happening next week?
Next week, we're going to have a podcast at 6 p.m. Central on Wednesday. It's going to be a podcast, episode 27. I'm always on Star's side, let's be real. But yeah, it says it's always on the other side, Moon. It's hard having your ex in chat, man. She's out to get you, you know?
Yeah. She's the real vindictive type.
You can tell when she says she comes in just to troll you.
If you need a man bun, wear a hoodie to look after a niece and nephew, it's just not going to work for me.
That's an easy decision. Thanks for the out. We're going to end it. We're going to end it here.
I respect it, but that's not for me.
It's a good thing we're ending because I got to piss like a racehorse.
We will see you next week. Who knows what we're going to be doing.
And we'll get to the bottom. You know, is Jonah Hill a prick or just a heartbroken loser?
Or we don't give that much of a shit about Jonah Hill.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted more context for next week.
Or I don't care about celebrities to that degree.
Here's my thing. I don't care that it's Jonah Hill. I don't have a horse in the race about it being Jonah Hill. This could have been, like I said, Joe Schmo off the street.
Superbad so fucking much.
Superbad was funny. Yeah, I did. Yeah. But I'm not really a huge Jonah Hill fan. He's a prick and a heartbroken loser. Poor guy, dude. He's just having a tough time. It's also, well, okay, anyways, we're done. I was gonna say it's
done.
really sad that it happened so like years later. Because I think he's like married now, right? Or in a relationship with
Who
some
knows
girl.
what
I
he's
don't know.
doing?
You know what? He's probably abusing his current girlfriend, or manipulating, not abusing.
Well, who knows? We'll find out. Maybe I'll
We
do a
spent
little
an
homework.
hour.
Maybe I won't. I'm not committing to that.
Yeah, with no
I don't
commitments
care
here.
that much about Jonah
The
Hill. that I
only
need to-
commitments here is that we'll be there. We'll be there next week at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. We spent an hour
right,
arguing
ladies
about one text
and
in a 10
gentlemen.
text conversation. I mean, that is the other issue.
I can't. Okay, we're done. Go just turn it off.
We're
Right in the
done.
middle
We're
of the
done. Thanks for
talking.
hanging out. See you guys next week. Bye.